Welcome back to Shatter Our Souls with Novaria. Today we are tackling Mario Kart Double Dash 150cc Star Cup Itemless. Now, up to this point, every cup has kind of been pretty standard, to be honest. I was expecting this challenge to be a little bit harder. If there were any runs that I expected to be difficult, this was the one. And I have been pleasantly surprised. Although, based on my prior experience on just testing this all out, I can say without a shadow of a doubt that the Star Cup is actually my weakest cup in the entire game, for whatever reason. Now, as per usual, Daisy here is being controlled by my good friend Bubbledead, and overall, we're looking okay. As far as everything goes, luck has been pretty well on my side, including everything down to blue shell dodges. Itemless, which, up until Mario Kart 8 with the Super Horn, really weren't all that common of an occurrence. Okay, who put that there? Anywho, right now, I suppose I could describe a little bit about why difficulty changes as much as it does. In Mario Kart Double Dash, there are new 3 weight classes. There are babies, middleweights, and heavyweight, or light, medium, heavy. A lightweight would be somebody like Baby Ouija here. And if it paired with any middle or heavyweight, we'll take the middle or heavyweight car. Characters like Bowser are a heavyweight, and any medium and so on will end up with them. Now, the thing with the difficulty system in Mario Kart Double Dash is that in 50 and 100cc, most rivals will actually pair up with their significant partner. So Peach with Daisy, Baby Mario with Baby Ouija, Bowser with Baby Bowser or with Junior, the Koopa Troopas, the Donkey Kangs, all fit together one-on-one. This works well for a early game development. But the thing is that mix and matching actually fits better in many ways, shapes, and forms. Because while I might not be using items, having the opportunity for either, in the case of Waluigi and Bowser, the giant spiked shell or a bomb are important options for them. Donkey Kong with the giant banana or Birdo's egg all kind of match up differently. And so you're looking at what pairing of abilities would work best for you and your partner. And what I like about this is that theoretically there is a tool for anybody. Peach and Daisy having the heart that allows them to take 2 items off the road, or 2 items that have been thrown at them, means effectively they have immunity to 2 other actions on the field. King Boo and Petey Piranha having access to every other special, but none that they have themselves, means that they have an element of randomness to them. But in the same vein, less guarantee that they're going to get what they need when they need it. And I suppose there's a give and take when it comes to that. Anywho, Mushroom City here seems to have been a pretty simplistic run. Thank you for helping dodge the nanner back there. And I think that we're looking okay. But coming in 3rd place in the first round doesn't exactly set up for the best of luck in the future if anything else goes haywire. So we'll see what happens. This might be one of the rare losses that we see on a cup-by-cup basis. One thing I will note is that I had initially thought that speedrunning the game was just going to be infinitely easier with a partner, because the driver could focus on driving, the tosser could focus on tossing. But upon further inspection of what actually makes a speedrun, both a shortcut or glitched speedrun or otherwise, work the way it does, I can honestly say that I am rather impressed with how it all kind of functions and comes together. But that's neither here nor there. We're heading to Yoshi Circuit. And Yoshi Circuit is another one of those beautiful tracks that is iconic within the franchise as a whole. You're driving on a giant Yoshi, after all. It's kind of hard not to find something to love in that. But what I want to focus in on, ironically, is not the track itself, but rather the fact that this track has ample opportunities for shortcuts. There's past the scales here where you can take I suppose in the future versions you can sneak through the flower beds. You can go from the back of the head over to the neck through an underground tunnel. You can sneak in behind the piranha plant. Yeah, I kind of figured that the bomb there was going to hit. But there are all kinds of... It didn't hit me this time. There are all kinds of little shortcuts throughout this entire track, making it a more open-ended course as far as how you want to approach the end result of this track. And I'll be honest, there are some tracks that are... there's no real room for improvement beyond just learning the routing. Where there are others, like this one, where there are options should you choose to take them. I'll admit, at this point, I'm feeling like I'm starting to get set up here. I feel like we're going to end up in trouble soon. But overall, it's looking pretty okay. Lap 3, Yoshi is in 3rd place. I always found it kind of funny that each character in some capacity usually has some form of track dedicated to them, with some obvious exceptions. You have Mario and Luigi Circuit, you have Peach Beach and Daisy Cruiser, you have Yoshi's Island, you have the Baby Park. No, I don't want the Kaboom Booms. Okay, what are the odds of 4 separate blue shells on one track? Like, I just need the odds of that happening on Double Dash, because that seems rather ridiculous. But some characters don't get any. There is no definitive statement of who belongs in Dino Jungle. I personally put that one to Birdo, but you have Bowser Castle, which fits the Bowser and Bowser Jr. But there are other places like Wario Stadium and Waluigi Stadium, or Wario's Coliseum and Waluigi Stadium, DK Mountain, that all have something tied to it. But the Koopas, Toad, and Toadette don't actually have a definitive race dedicated to them. You could argue Mushroom City being Toad and Toadette's, or Mushroom Highway or something like that, Mushroom Bridge. But there's no definitive this is the character that it was designed for, or designed with this in mind. So there is, I suppose, room for further discussion in that regard. But yeah, DK Mountain here is probably one of the more famous tracks, partially because I believe it's one that Nintendo will never let go. So overall, it's one of those ones that I personally have always liked. I think that they picked a good one to become a staple of the franchise, but I also believe that it's one that has, unless they truly find a way to shake up the entire foundation of this track, it might be one best left to the past. And that's something you won't hear me say very often. I am somebody who admittedly has a lot of nostalgia for a lot of old games. Mario Kart Double Dash very much included. And there are some tracks in Double Dash, you slipped on your own banana, that I have always found fantastic, and there are some that I just kind of was meh on. But oh, cool. skip the shock even. It's hard to say that certain tracks should be left behind or shouldn't be revamped, because I've always had the mentality that every game deserves to be in the current generation. Every game deserves to have some degree of nuance to it, as well as being left a little bit of time in the limelight. But I've also come to the conclusion as I've gotten older that they're reselling us our childhood. And it's just a cash grab for a lot of people. So in that regard, some tracks might be better left behind. I'll leave that for you to decide or discuss in the comments below. And while you're down there, leave a like, a subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Until then, have a good one.